Hey, overall, this is not a political podcast. It was never intended to be, but politics affect everybody, and the chaos and hate emanating from the orange-faced monster in DC is particularly bad. And I have to regularly stop and enumerate the things that give me hope. So I'm Annette Bourbonniere from Nothing Without Us, Stories and Discussions of Meaningful Inclusion. I'm a 70-ish-year-old female with short gray hair, dark blue eyeglasses, and I'm sitting in a power wheelchair. If you like these episodes, please subscribe. Leave me a like and a comment and tell your friends. Leaving comments and any kind of interactivity does help the algorithm, and it will help my podcast grow. So I am coming up, well, actually, we just had our 1-year anniversary, and it still would mean a lot to me to have 100 followers. So tell your friends they can subscribe for free. There are paid tiers that have extra benefits, but the main series is available for free. So let's talk about why I have hope. And it's really needed right now. And I repeat these things to myself regularly to get through this nightmare that we have right now for this country. So let's talk one thing that is, I think, a very important strength and hope that we have right now has to do with the number and quality of protests. Fighting back really helps. There was a protest this past weekend, the Ides of Trump, which had which processed having people write postcards, hundreds and hundreds and millions of postcards, and creating a deluge of these postcards about what he is doing to us and how bad it is. That was cathartic. It does help. And especially it helps knowing that so many others are fighting back too. And that's really important. Now, I have to say something else that gives me hope is that I'm in Rhode Island. Our congressional delegation have been active and vocal in fighting all the things that are happening, the chaos, the hate, the cruelty. They've been actually actively fighting against it. And I will tell you, there's Senator Whitehouse, Senator Reid, Congressman Amo, Congressman Magaziner. They have just been really there, openly speaking out and standing up for what is right. Their ethics are appreciated. Another Rhode Islander is our Attorney General here in Rhode Island, Peter Neronha, who again has been very active in the lawsuits against what is happening in this national nightmare of ours. He led the first lawsuit that found against the orange-faced monster, and it was a Rhode Island federal judge named Judge McConnell, who also ruled against the orange-faced monster. I'm proud that we have these people on our team. We need their ethics. We need their courage, because a lot of what's happening is a lack of courage. So on the parts of others. So thank you to these people in Rhode Island that have done so much and encouraging us, leading us in the fight. I also want to acknowledge as one of the hopes is the federal employees that have shown courageous ethics, being willing to leave their jobs rather than doing things that they know are wrong. They know are unethical. They know are criminal. These federal employees that have resigned to avoid doing something so horrible, I think are admirable. They are heroes, and we need to consider them as such. The fact that we have had so many do it, I'm encouraged. These things make me proud because that's what America is. America is fighting back and protesting when needed. That is our First Amendment right. That is key to the First Amendment. The Rhode Island strength, again, I am proud of this. I am proud that we have this. This does give me hope. The federal employees, the ethics, the courage that all of these people have shown, absolutely amazing and admirable and encouraging. And last but not least is our young people. Our young people have a standard of ethics that is strong for them. So if we get through the nightmare, our young people are going to help us go back into the right direction. I hear it time and time again from people, their embrace of diversity, their willingness, their comfort with other people. They're not generally looking to be, they're just not generally looking to promote hate in any way, shape, or form. And they're really wonderful people. And I've met a great deal, but both with some work that I've done at some high schools and in a college, and that gives me hope. That is our future. And just we've got to get through this awful stuff. But all of these people, the courage, the spine that so many people in Congress don't have, at least ours do. The courage to stand up and decide to not do things that are wrong on the part of these federal employees, I admire them. This gives me hope. And our young people. And I recite this every day when I'm feeling so really bad about what's going on. I hope I've given you something to that can help give you hope as well. So thank you for listening. I'm Annette from Nothing Without Us. If you like this episode and want to hear more like it, please subscribe, leave me a like and a comment. Above all, please tell your friends. They can see this podcast at patreon.com/nothingwithoutus, on YouTube and on Spotify and your favorite audio platforms. And subscriptions are free. You can, the regular subscriptions are free, but you can see my new series, Bitch on Wheels, only on the ally or activist tiers, which is which are paid tiers. You can also, by the way, find me on LinkedIn and Blue Sky. So the Bitch on Wheels series is a little edgier, maybe sarcastic, angry, or humorous, but it is worth listening to. It's a little freer. I don't have to be as careful. So until the next Nothing Without Us, I'm Annette. Thank you for listening.